Welcome back, students. Today we'll be continuing with the subtopic Kingdom Animalia. We already know that Kingdom Animalia is divided into 10 subphyla: phylum Porifera, phylum Coelenterata, phylum Platyhelminthes, phylum Nematoda, phylum Annelida. These 5 phylum we have already completed the characteristics. Today we will be learning about phylum Arthropoda and phylum Mollusca. Okay, and remaining phylums are phylum Echinodermata, Protochordata, and Chordata. So today we will be learning about Arthropoda and Mollusca. Phylum Arthropoda. Actually, if you see the complete animal kingdom, phylum Arthropoda has maximum number of animals in it. Okay, so this is the largest phylum and it is actually subdivided into subphyla. That is insecta, arachnids, crustacea, and myriapods. So there are some little bit differences in these 4 phylum, but the basic characteristic of phylum Arthropoda will remain the same. So for your 9th standard syllabus, you need not learn the difference in characteristics of all the subphyla, but we just have to mention it. Okay. So insecta, all the insects come under this group. Arachnids, example spider, scorpion. Crustaceans, example crab and lobster. And in myriapods, you have the example as centipedes and millipedes. Centipedes and millipedes because they have thousands of legs. Okay. So the largest phylum, phylum Arthropoda, is divided into 4 subphyla: insecta, arachnids, crustaceans, and myriapods. Okay. So now let us see the main or the common characteristics of phylum Arthropoda. The first and the main characteristic of phylum Arthropoda is it has an open circulatory system. So just before arthropods, we had phylum Annelids. We did not have anything of such sort. There, yes, alimentary canal had developed, but we did not have any circulatory system. Okay, you did not see that in the earthworms and all. But here in arthropods, open circulatory system is a main identifying feature. See here, you can see in the anatomy of the cockroach. This is the heart of the cockroach. It's called a tubular heart. Okay, it's a tubular heart. This full red thing you see is a heart. Okay, and then there's a cavity which is filled with blood. Okay, so that blood-filled cavity is called as hemocoel. So blood-filled cavity, hemocoel, and open circulatory system in cockroaches or sorry in arthropods is a main characteristics. In our body, the blood flows through blood vessels, but in arthropods, it is not like that. Okay. Second characteristic is they have jointed legs. Just observe these creatures, children. Look at their limb, look at their legs. They are all jointed. Small pieces jointed together. So jointed legs is seen only in phylum Arthropoda. In all the 10 phylums, only arthropods, the organisms belonging to arthropods, have this jointed legs. Fine. Then comes the exoskeleton. You can see that skeleton, calcium carbonate structure outside the body, the shells. You can see the crab. Even the centipedes, millipedes also have. Even in cockroaches, you might have, if you remove the wings, there is a exoskeleton outside. Okay, so in the life cycle of the cockroach, when the life stage, that is a nymph stage is there, in that also you can see the exoskeleton. So presence of exoskeleton is another feature of phylum Arthropoda. Third is a segmented body. If you remember, segmented body had started in phylum Annelids. It is continuing here in arthropods. And afterwards in mollusca, the segmentation gets reduced. So segmented body is found in annelids and arthropods. Remember that. So segmented body is also a feature of Arthropoda. Okay. So you can see the segmentation present here. Fine. Then triploblastic, yes, the bilateral symmetry and presence of true coelom. This all, it's a characteristic which has started from the earlier phylums. Okay, triploblastic started from the 3rd phylum. True coelom started from annelids, that the 5th phylum. Fine. So these are the main characteristics of phylum Arthropoda. The major identifying feature being open circulatory system and jointed legs. Okay. So how do they have excretion? How do they excrete? Okay. So here in cockroaches, this also I've learned in lower classes. They have structures called Malpighian tubules. Can you see this is a Malpighian tubule? Okay, this is the gut of the cockroach. That is the digestive system, the mid gut and the hind gut. And see the at the junction of this mid gut and hind gut, you can see this tubular structures, fiber-like tubular structures. This is called as a Malpighian tubules. So what do these Malpighian tubules do? They are actually connected with the cavity. So in the cavity, that is that open circulatory system is there. From there, this tubules will collect the waste material. Just like in our body, the kidney is helping in absorbing the nitrogenous waste from the blood. Here, it is this Malpighian tubules which is actually absorbing the salt, uric acid and excess water from the cavity, and through it comes to the hind gut, and along with the feces, you can see that excretion of uric acid and feces. Along with feces, uric acid is also removed. Uric acid is a product of nitrogenous metabolism. It's a waste of, it's a nitrogenous waste. Okay, in our body, nitrogenous waste is filtered by kidneys. Whereas here, it is Malpighian tubules which are helping the organism to get rid of the nitrogenous waste. Fine? Next, we are learning phylum Mollusca. Okay, phylum Mollusca, you look at these organisms, children. You might have recognized all of them: snails, octopus, mussels, chitin, etc. Look at the names. Phyla, then garden snail, oyster, octopus, unio, chitin. These are all examples coming under phylum Mollusca. Okay, and the common characteristic in all of them, they have a very soft body. You can observe they all have soft bodied, and you can see the way they are moving by the means of muscular foot. So muscular foot for locomotion is a characteristic feature or identifying feature of phylum Mollusca, just like jointed legs is for phylum Arthropoda. Okay, so difference between if it is asked, the major difference you can say, in arthropods they have jointed legs for locomotion, but in mollusca it is having muscular foot for locomotion. Okay, next is reduced coelom. Because of that peculiar nature of that body, the coelom is a bit reduced, but it is a true coelom, but only thing is it is a reduced coelom. And open circulatory system is also a common feature. It had started from arthropods and it is continuing to mollusca. You see the evolutionary progress here. Segmentation started in annelids, continued in arthropods, and it becomes reduced in mollusca. Clear? Similarly, if you take the case of open circulatory system, it starts in arthropods, continues in mollusca, but in the later phylum, it is not there. Okay. Kidney-like organs for excretion. What was the type of excretion you saw in arthropods? It was Malpighian tubules, right? So Malpighian tubules was a organs which are helping in excretion. But here you can see the advancement in the complexity in the organ system. That is, kidney-like organs have started developing. Okay, and little segmentation. So remember the main characteristic features of phylum Mollusca: soft-bodied, muscular foot for locomotion, reduced coelom, open circulatory system, kidney-like organs for excretion, and little segmentation. Okay. And phylum Mollusca is also divided into 3 subphyla. It's called the bivalves, cephalopods, and gastropods. Okay. The cephalopods example is a squid and octopus. You can see the similarity. Squid and octopus look a little bit similar. They have tentacle-like structures. Okay. Cephalopods, they come under cephalopods. Then you have the gastropods, that is a snail, and the phyla, that is phyla is the apple snails. The snails are all coming under gastropods. Bivalves, from the word bivalves, 2 shells. That is examples, unio, chitin, and oyster. These are all of high economic value. Okay, so the 2 shell nature, that is why it is called as bivalves. The mollusks are again subdivided into bivalves, cephalopods, and gastropods. Remember the examples of all of them: squid, octopus, garden snail, phyla, chitin, oyster, unio. All these are coming under phylum Mollusca. Fine. And if you just take the anatomy of mollusk body, you can see here it is actually divided into foot, mantle and mass. You know, it is muscular foot is there. That is one of the characteristics. It also has a shell outside that is called as a mantle. So between the muscular foot and the mantle, inside the body, you have the visceral mass. Visceral mass. Viscera means internal organs. So look at this picture here, children. Can you see this is the foot, muscular foot, and this is the mantle, and between you can see the visceral mass. And the coelom is reduced here. This blue color thing you can see here is the coelom, reduced coelom. The heart red color it is showing here. Okay, and this is the alimentary canal starting from the mouth and going till the anus. This is the alimentary canal. Okay, and then you have this kidney-like organs have started developing here. Okay, kidney-like organs is developing in order to remove the nitrogenous wastes from the blood. Fine. Next one. So octopus, you all will be, you might have read in many places, or you are so interested to know about octopus, isn't it? You might have heard that how octopus is spraying ink just to frighten the prey away, isn't it? So if you see the body of the octopus, it has a head and there are tentacles, 8 tentacles, and just below the tentacles you have suckers. Okay, it's made up of calcium carbonate. So the octopus actually captures the prey and it crushes it along with the help of the suckers and puts the food into the mouth. That is the use of the tentacle. Okay. And there are two things which is very interesting about this octopus. You know, they can change color, camouflage, just like the chameleon changes color. It has a camouflaging property. Even this octopus has that camouflaging property. It changes its color according to the background. Can you see how it is changing its color? Okay. See, here is exactly its design becomes just like its background. Fine. Another characteristic, as we all know, ink spray. It sprays ink so that the its enemy gets deceived by this ink and it can escape from that. Okay. So we have finished the two phylum, Arthropoda and Mollusca. Let us see whether you can answer all these questions. Name the phylum in which the following characteristics are present. Only two are there. Okay. You just have to name which of. So read the questions, then pause, write down your answers, then continue and check your answers now. Okay. Jointed legs for locomotion. Okay. Phylum Arthropoda. Reduced coelom and reduced segmentation. Mollusca. Kidney-like organs. Mollusca. Open circulatory system. It's found in both phylum Arthropoda and phylum Mollusca. So if they ask you the similarity between both of them, one characteristic which is common, you can of course write about the open circulatory system. Segmented body is mostly in arthropods. In Mollusca, it is little segmentation. And muscular foot, it is in phylum Mollusca. Okay. Then another major question which is usually asked, difference between phylum Arthropoda and phylum Mollusca. Try to write the differences on your own and then check your answer. Okay. Phylum Arthropoda, jointed legs for locomotion, muscular foot for locomotion. Here in arthropods, the mode of excretion is by Malpighian tubules, and in Mollusca, it is by kidney-like organs for excretion. Segmented body in arthropods, whereas it is little segmentation or reduced segmentation in Mollusca. Fine. I hope you have understood it well. So keep learning, children. All the best.